Today class will introduce cyber risk management and threat modeling. Yesterday we just discussed about Zoom link not received. How do people join?
From
So
Slack.
yes, like one student said they didn't receive the Zoom link. Why?
Maybe the other day they get the email for the link, and that's why.
Hello? I don't know why they call each other. This is not allowed in this class. Hello? Voice is okay?
Hello, Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam. Voice is okay?
Yeah, I can hear
Yes,
fine.
that's okay.
So yesterday we just discussed this GHC about one ocean governance means a high level of uh, official people and structure. So today is very important. We just discuss about this cyber risk management and threat modeling. So what is the risk management and what type of threat modeling we just today discuss. This today class is very important for your understanding a more higher class cybersecurity stage. By the end of the today class, you will be able identify threat agent, possible attack, exploitable vulnerabilities relevant to given asset, prioritize a risk based on likelihood on impact potential, choose and justify control for a given risk, and then log in access your web lab. Last way, just log in access web lab. And today class will introduce risk management, threat modeling as models of for identifying, anticipating, budgeting, and planning for when risks occur. So the tools will allow us enumerate, identify, evaluate, and last is develop. What is these tools? So risk management and threat modeling as method identify, anticipate, budgeting, planning for when risks occurred. Introduction to threat modeling and risk management. What is the introduction? Threat modeling and risk management. This is a very important. We will review the basic security element of vulnerabilities, threat, and risk, and how they apply to practical business task of risk analysis, risk management and threat modeling. Recall the identification of term vulnerabilities, threat, and risks. What is the vulnerability? Vulnerability is the aspect of a business that can be exploited to compromise a system, CIA. So what is the vulnerability? This is important for your Security Plus exam. Vulnerability is the aspect of a business that can be exploited to a compromise system, CIA. Confidentiality, vulnerability, integrity, and availability. Always remember three words: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Then threat. What is a threat? A threat is an actor that might exploit a vulnerability. Threat can be intentional, that is, a malicious hacker steal data. This is the intentional and unintentional threat, and that is an incompetent system admin destroy the network or due to natural disaster. So threat, two types of threat. One is intentional, another is unintentional. So a risk is the possibility of losing something valuable. A risk will cost money if it works. So three words, always remember: vulnerability, threat, and risk. So risk management and threat modeling. Common business practice that organization face, which are most severe and which are most likely. So risk analysis. What is the risk analysis? Risk analysis is understanding what risks an organization face, which are most served, and which are more severe, and which are most likely. So this is the risk analysis. Risk management. First, you analyze the risks which is most severe and which is most likelihood, just small risks. So then risk management, using the result of such analysis. Number one, most severe risks, to determine how to deploy personnel and spend budget. This risk analysis. And then threat modeling. Third, determine which attacks an organization is most likely to experience. Who is most likely to launch them, and what can be done to stop them. So this is the threat modeling. What is the business primary objective? Primary objective, profit. Always maximize profit is the business primary objective. But risk management and the threat modeling, due to the primary objective we now determined. Risk analysis is important because it qualifies how much a business will need to spend in the event of given security breach. This allows business to plan for such event before they occur. Threat modeling is important because risks come with a price, which the business will have to pay if the threat is realized. Threat modeling allows them to prioritize the most expensive risks. So this is very important for then when possible risks are measured quantitatively in financial figure, which business used to prioritize threat. Then threat modeling results are shared upward to the executive who make the major business decision. Now we discuss the risks and management and threat modeling. Risk analysis is important because it qualifies how much a business will need to spend in event of given security breach. This allows business to plan for such event before they occur. Threat modeling is important because risks come with a price, which is the business will have to pay if the threat is realized. Threat modeling allow them to prioritize the most expensive risks. So as a cybersecurity engineer or an analyst, we always trying to threat modeling. What type of threat is coming, we figure out.
I have a question that risk analysis not part of the cybersecurity engineer.
Yes, should be part of.
Both of them, right? This
Yeah.
risk
Risk
analysis.
analysis and threat modeling. These are two things. But risk analysis important because cybersecurity engineer always trying to what type of threat is coming and what type of risks. Threat modeling is very important. This is the always when you go to the interview, management asks this answer. What is the pasta? So then if you say, oh, pasta is the one food we eat every time. No, pasta is the cybersecurity one terms. This is the very important. There are multiple approach to threat modeling. Security professional often refer to the following industry standard framework. These are called a PASTA. P means process, A means attack, S means simulation, T means threat, A means analysis. So it's called a PASTA. Aim to align consideration of business objective with technical requirement. This is the PASTA planning. So what is the PASTA working? Aim to align consideration for business objective with technical requirement. And then stride, spoofing, tampering, repudiation, information disclosure, DOS, denial of service, elevation of privilege. So this is the stride. This is very important for threat modeling. So in interview, they ask to you what type of threat modeling do you know. So you just any threat modeling you just discuss or pasta or stride. So stride is focus on identify what can fail in the system being model. This is the spoofing stride. And then open web application security project. Future we work this whole project in WAPS. Focus of identify possible threat, prioritize risk, and planning mitigation strategies. It is mainly applied to the analysis of applications such as web and desktop apps. So here have some any QA engineer in here. জোবাইর তাহলে জোবাইর ভাইকে কেউ একটু হেল্প করেন, উনি লিঙ্ক পাচ্ছে না, দেখেন তো। এক মিনিট একটু জোবাই, someone please help to Jobair bhai, he's trying to find this link, so I'm just come back 2 minutes.
I can forward him the link.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay.
So Open Web Application Security Project is very important for our future class. We discuss and lab about this threat modeling methodologies. So what is this? This focus on identify possible threat, prioritizing risks and planning mitigation strategies. It is mainly applied to the analysis of applications such as web and desktop apps. So each methodology is relevant different situation. Suppose if you work in bank, might be you choose the pasta. Remember this. If you work in bank situation, you threat modeling methodologies, you always choose the pasta. This is the cybersecurity plus exam portion, which gives greater consideration the business being model, while a pen testing firm would probably choose Stride and OSAP. So any MSSP, suppose CyberB is one small MSSP. So CyberB always threat modeling methodology choosing Stride or OSAP. We are working in basically OSAP. You should know that you likely encounter more than one of these framework during your professional career. The OSAP process consists of 6 steps. Number 1, determine assessment scope. Number 2, identify threat agent. Number 3, identify possible attack. Number 4, identify exploitable vulnerabilities. 5, rank, prioritize. Then 6. This is the process of OSAP. So first is determine as assessment scope. So what is the determined assessment scope? List the asset under consideration, determine this value, and define objective for your threat modeling assessment. So what is the asset value? For example, as an asset value. Asset value is the monetary worth of a given asset. For asset like web application, how much this web application, this value, this is the one type of asset value company. Asset value should represents how much revenue and profit the asset generate. This is the asset value. And determine the assessment scope. First one, objective. Then objective. Objective is the metric that the business wants to achieve, such as reducing the incidence of DDoS attack against its server. So first we determine assess scope. How to we determine, we discuss. Number 1, asset value. Number 2, objective. Then number 2 step, identify threat agent. A threat agent is a person or group that can actualize a threat, whether they are malicious or not. So example include advanced persistence threat, APT, script kiddies, employee who open phishing email, even incompetent user who break configuration on company computer. This is the identified threat agent. So when we work this any company, this OSAP model, this is a very important. You understanding the OSAP model. How do you plan? What is the threat? How do you mitigate? So threat, lots of threat. Suppose someone who knows very well cybersecurity, web application, injection, everything, but you don't like, he or she don't like you. You are network engineer or you are cybersecurity engineer, recently joined. So for the reason she or he just using script kiddies or injection, SQL injection in your website or company website or phishing email. So just for kidding or intentionally. So this is this type of threat maximum office. This type of threats is occurs. Identify possible attack. Identify number 3. So previously, we just discussed the unwritten threat agent like employee opening phishing email. This is the previous lesson, but this now identify possible attack. We just discussed. We'll focus on malicious threat agents. So malicious threat agents, number 3, identify potential attack. Identify the attack that each threat agent is likely to perform based on how much skill and funding they have. So this is very important because we are cybersecurity engineer, we are nothing. Because now we are thinking we're cybersecurity engineer only 8 months will be great. No, never ever. One hacker, they practice the hacking maybe 6 years, 4 years, 10 years. You know, North America, they have hacking in university as a like in our Columbia University, everybody trying to go there, Columbia University for study, they are planning their life. Same in North Korea, very brilliant people going to the hacking university. So, and government, they give this all funding, and after 4, 5, 6 years, they will be good hacker. And they are training again, and they are trying to hack our country. So for this reason, we are hacker, we are ethical hacker, and we are cyber security engineer. We just 8 months study. This is not enough. Nothing, not enough. This is zero. After finish this our boot camp, everyone try to study previous boot camp, and every week you study at least 20 hours. If you thinking, oh, this is the easy, and every class I will be attend and it will be easy. No, never ever. Everything, 99% object and subject is new, I'm sure, about in your life. Whole life you have many networking, working, many places you work, but the cybersecurity syllabus and technique is totally different. So for the reason, my recommendation, every week you study at least 20 hours, and before class and after class, if you don't understand anything, you ask your mother language. Suppose just example is Bangla. I know about Bangla and English. So if you don't understand anything, you just before class and after class you ask me, and I'm trying to answer in Bangla. So number 4, identify exploitable vulnerabilities. Identify ways for data to enter and exit the system. For example, a web application take information in from user and sends information back out the response to request. Consider ways attacker might exploit this point of entry and exits. So this is the identify exploitable vulnerabilities. In one website, which place is problem, you first identify. Then rank priority risks. Then you rank and prioritize, rank which potential attack are most severe and most likely to occur. And then number 6, you can plan, mitigate, determine way to mitigate the most serious risks you identified. So now we can summarize this OWASP model. First is determine assessment scope. Second is identify threat agent. Third is identify potential attack. Fourth is identify exploitable vulnerability. So Again, I just repeat. First is how to use OSAP model planning. So first, determined assessment scope, number one. Second, identify threat agent. Who is the threat? Third, identify potential attack. How to threat actors attack to you. And identify exploitable vulnerabilities. Which website or which server, how to exploit vulnerabilities, this point. Any question?
So among all these methodologies, which one is most popular or mostly used?
These are different. If you're working in bank, always trying to pasta.
Pasta, okay.
Yeah. Bank is different. Financial is different because they have the transaction, many things different way. And if you go to the MSSP, maximum cybersecurity company is MSSP. 90% cybersecurity company is MSSP. So they are using WOS maximum. Strip is very high level, and maximum 90% MSSP using WOWASP. So just live class. Great modeling. Activity only 20 minutes. How many students now today join? We have two group or one group? You help me. You silent is a problem. Class always talk, talk, talk.
We're 11. I can make, I guess, two groups if you like.
This exam is very lucrative exam, very good. I like this exam when I study in university. This is a very understanding exam, how to you planning everything. So this is the important. If you finish as soon as possible, finish, because we can discuss about this exam. Yeah, example. So they have lots of issue. This example. As a, so everyone check this assignment going, or image is open. All images open.
Yes.
Okay, so I make an auto group. You choose the group, or I divide it automatically group.
I think
Can you please add me that assignment group?
Yes.
I can't see the assignment group anymore.
Okay. Who?
Sharif Uddin.
Okay, Sharif bhai, I just now I will add to you. Okay. Because today is all is erase. No, I now update this live class, not assignment group. So now I break this group, two group automatically assign. 20 minutes, okay? So group one, just please let us identify threat agents, list 3 threat agents relevant to the internet. Discuss 3 threat agent relevant to the internet. Group number 1. Group number 2. You know which is group number 1, group number 2?
Which one is group number 2?
Okay, anyone, any group 1, just tell us. 3
Okay.
threat agent relevant to the internet.
Okay, so we found out 3 vulnerabilities here. Let me read it out. So here it says the sensitive client information are stored in databases.
No vulnerabilities. I asked this question.
Uh,
3 threat agent. Vulnerability is different.
It's gonna be like the cross-site scripting, SQL injections, and broken authentication.
You are same group?
Yes,
Okay. So number 1,
cross-site scripting, XSS,
XSS. Okay.
SQL injection,
They're the same.
and broken authentication.
Broken authentication. And another group, you add anything?
That unintentional insider, then malicious insider.
Inside bhai. Assalam. ঈদের জামাত একটা বড় মসজিদে হচ্ছে আপনি 7:30টায়, 9:30টায়, 10:30টায়। ছোট মসজিদে আমি যাই না, আমি বড় মসজিদে যাবো। তো আমি ক্লাস নিচ্ছি, তো এখন ক্লাস শেষে আমি আবার কল দিচ্ছি আপনাকে। হ্যাঁ, গেলে আপনার ওই 9টা 9:30টায়, বা আপনি আপনি আমার আমার সাথে যাবেন নাকি একলা যাবেন? হুম, আচ্ছা, তাহলে আমি আপনাকে পারফেক্ট টাইমটা আমি জানাই দেবো। আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে, ওকে। সালাম আলাইকুম।
There is one more you can count, like the DOS attack,
Okay.
denial of service.
One more attack, DOS attack. Okay, so we just script kiddies. We have before we discuss script kiddies, and another is organized cyber criminal. Suppose who planning attack in this school, attack in this hospital for cyber crime, and organized. They know how to enter their network. So this is the organized cyber criminal. Inside threat. So inside threat means
Inside thread, yeah, unintentional.
yeah, no, intentional, unintentional, both. Inside thread, this is the way. And step 3. This is the internet.
Could be
What is the 3 potential attack against the internet?
phishing
Yeah.
attack, malware via unfiltered browsing, and then privilege escalation.
Okay, another one, anyone add?
I
Yes.
had added a man in the middle attack, password attack, and DOS attack.
Yeah, MIMT. Yes, man in the middle is a potential attack against internet. So how do you say man in the middle in internet? Do you understand this internet? What is the internet?
You mean intranet?
Yeah.
So because of they have access to emails or open access to that, so they can potentially click to something that's malicious, and so then
No, man in the middle attack. How to
man in the
yeah,
middle attack specifically. Okay.
specifically how do you say this is the attack? So this is the internet. Internet means hospital, suppose. Eh? This is the hospital, internal hospital. Yes, you are right. You're right. You no wrong answer. But how do you say this? This is important. You understanding this attack. Because
So
yes, please.
so if it's, I guess, you have access as a guest access.
Yes,
So
fine.
you log into a computer with the guest access. So you it's not fully secure. So you log in, somebody else log in, and someone else log in. Is that how can this be explained?
Yes, this is right. So I just explained to you. When you go to the LIJ, suppose, or you go to any big hospital, they have a lobby, they have a cafeteria, and all internet is free, guest internet free. So any attacker go there intentionally go this lobby, and they are waiting for using middle in the MIMT. So they just using their machine laptop, they capture all data from this hospital, and someone send email, someone send voice other place. So these attacker trying to capture all data from guest as a guest user.
But that is, I have a question on that part, that hospitals should be the separate internet facilities. I mean, the guest, I mean, free Wi-Fi facility and their own system is different, right? So how the attacker can enter
Yes,
the
system is
communication?
different, everything is different. In here, you see this the network is the one this network, what type of network? Called Gelcrop Financial Technology Network. So they have guest access point, they have guest access point, one cafeteria, long, engineer department, financial, workstation. So hacker can do anything. You never ever guess what type of they exploit your whole network. If hacker just as a guest connect your network access a point or Wi-Fi, he can exploit everything. I informed to you before, hacker more than 2,000 times smart uh, our security engineers.
So the answer is based on the the activity scenario, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything is activity scenario. I send this activity scenario. Everything.
Because at there I'm thinking that if the free Wi-Fi, then all hacker can access their, when we go to the bank, they have the free Wi-Fi, and guest access and their own. So we cannot enter, or hacker cannot enter the bank network. Only he can access
Within 2
Wi-Fi.
minutes. Within 2 minutes in any bank network, hacker can join. Easy. Within 2 minutes, they can hack their network.
Through that free Wi-Fi?
Free Wi-Fi, yes. How to? When we go to the lab, then we explain and we hand this how to Wi-Fi hacking, and how to you determine and how do you protect this Wi-Fi. We can discuss everything. Just this is the very important this scenario, you understanding what is this your work and how to vulnerability. And step 4, review question. Identify number 3, identify exploitable vulnerabilities. Identify 3 possible vulnerabilities in the internet and rank them in order to severity. Explain how each one could be exploited. So vulnerabilities, you just said any vulnerability. So I explained the identify 3 possible vulnerability in the internet. Do you know difference internet and internet? Anyone doubt?
Internet is open to public, intranet is within the agency.
Yes, internet is a whole world, and internet in your just in your office, in your home. This is the
Within the organization.
organization. This is the internet. Just you remember it.
Only
So
employees have access to that.
yes, only employee. Identify 3 possible vulnerabilities in the internet. One is no counter filter. Employee can download files from any site they want. So this make it much easier for attacker to introduce malware. Yes, Zubair Taleb.
Oh, sorry, Brad. Uh, um, um, is it possible for anybody to log in the intranet? Because you told me that intranet is a separate from the internet, right? So, how do your employee can send email to the outside by using this intranet?
Your office is they have you read this picture, you see this picture.
Yes.
So picture have total scenario they explain. This is the one is real IP, external IP, another is internal IP.
Yes.
So external IP only disconnected is in internet. They have one router, they have VPN, they have firewall, everything in here. Internal IP is connected in your whole network in your office. So anyone they can try to send the email. So he can
So,
send.
brother, subnetting.
Yes, they have lots of.
Should I tell it that it's a kind of intranet?
Yes, internet subnetting is different things. Subnetting is IP and route subnetting. So
Yeah.
I just easily I just explained this is the in your office have 2, 3, 4 because we discuss everything is network scenario when this is the module 9
Yeah.
we can discuss everything more details. So
Yeah.
just now you understanding what is this.
Oh, okay.
Everything we discuss by lab, okay, and
Sure.
real life we just explore. Now we just understanding scenario.
Mm-hmm.
What is our scenario? When we talked in lab, you never ever you think, oh, what is this, what is I never repeat again. For the reason you understand the scenario. For boot camp we make a one game, one history, one planning. Okay, everything is just one-to-one connected. Just today class connected last class also. You understand?
Yes, brother.
Today class you this scenario. When you final class project you solve this office project. This all classes connected each other. So you just you think, oh, this is the finish. No, this is just start. And we discuss about IP, we discuss about subnet, how to connect the IP, how to connect the everything. And then another vulnerability, poor access control policies. So as a cybersecurity engineer, you have need a very strong access control policies. Every employee in a department should not have access to all of the department data. So this is the another vulnerability. So older workstation, Windows 7, Windows 8 machine are more vulnerable than newer version. So everyone now is changing their Windows 11 Pro. So all Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10 is now very vulnerability, not using these Windows 10, Windows 8, Windows 7. So you just read again in home. this exercise. Any question?
There could be more vulnerabilities, right?
Oh yes, more
Yes.
vulnerability.
There is a single domain controller. If the controller is compromised or
You have this
unavailable,
bonus web application infrastructure.
no, that's the identify exploitable vulnerabilities. So if the single domain control, then if the domain is compromised, then it could be denial of service.
Yes, finish your office. Finish. Stop.
Yes.
Stop your office. Tata bye bye. And then whole network is collapsed and go back home.
So in that case, what is the solution for the separate, using the different domain?
Yes, we can
Department-wise
solution.
different domain.
We have lots of solution. We have DMG using DMG, and we can solution in lab. Okay, how do we solve this issue? Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
We make a load balancer. We make a firewall. We make a many network. We make this. Just
But
you
first
understand
thing is should be single domain. It should be separate. Department-wise separate domain.
But
Or
department wise separate domain is expensive. Say a small office, this how is it possible they bear this?
okay.
You are last class
I understand.
very important. Last class I explained expenses.
Financial and
financial is
yes.
how do you talk? You are cybersecurity engineer. Your brain is always 24 360-degree angle, always trying to round. This is not possible. Okay, you make a all zero trust. So all zero trust is possible, not possible. Even Facebook last 2024 have maybe 12 hours and 1 day is down. Why? Only for DNS hacking. Microsoft, they lots of the network cybersecurity engineer, but they are hacked. So we discuss everything.
Okay.
So now risk analysis, hands up. This section will cover some math formula. I think everyone know this mathematics in here.
Sorry to interrupt you. The activity, I think there is a two part. One is web application and another
Web application you can discuss in your home.
Oh, okay.
Bonus. You just trying to finalize.
Okay.
If no understanding, then you can just stop. So this section covers some math formulas. Be prepared to allocate the little extra study time to this section. In this section, we'll focus on risk analysis and explain the process of prioritize attack possibility. So what is the risk management? Some of these possible threat agent and attacks identified in the previous exercise are more likely than others. The goal of this first fourth step was to determine all possible threat, including unlikely one. So, for example, script kiddies are likely to account for the majority of attack and organization experience simply because they are so numerous. So for most organization cyber criminal are not a major threat actor. They are just kidding with a cyber security engineer. They are more relevant to financial organization, breaches government and military target. So risk analysis is to process of prioritize these possibilities according to their potential impact and likelihood. Consider the following scenario, the contextual analyzing now. So risk management terms, risk equal to threat into vulnerability. So you remember this risk equal to threat into vulnerability. So
Arun bhai, I have a question.
yeah.
Arun
Question,
bhai, you don't did you explain DHCP?
yes, this network module.
Is about the IP address, right?
Yes.
Is it software related? It's not a hardware, right?
We explain everything in this network related class.
Oh, not here.
Not here. This is not a DSCP class, man.
No, you mentioned about provides DHCP. That's why I'm.
Yeah, DSCP is network class.
I have a question in here. This brother who talked is the name is Zoom user. So can he change his name, real name?
Babu Bhai, can you just change your name, your first name and last name, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So now we consider the analysis. You have identified over 10 potential attacks that Gale Corp should consider. All can be mitigated, but it cost award upward 2,500 to impact each fix. So the security department only has $10,000 budget for this project and need evidence advice on which of 4 fix would have the greatest security benefit. So we will proceed the exploring now. Okay, we will proceed. Just we finish this slide. Risk management term, risk equal to a threat into vulnerability. Vulnerability is a weakness or misconfiguration in a system. A threat is any potential danger that is associated with the exploitation of a vulnerability. Exposure is an instant of a being exposed to losers. Control and countermeasure is put into place to mitigate the potential risks. This slide is very important in Security Plus exam. And relationship cybersecurity ecosystem, how to relation each other. Threat agent gives rise to threat, and threat exploit is vulnerability. Vulnerability lead to risks. Then can damage asset will be damaged, and asset and cause a exposure can be countermeasured by a safeguard. So this is the relationship cybersecurity ecosystem, but this is a very, very high level ecosystem. It is the this exam is not related to security plus exam. This is the CISSP exam related this ecosystem. But we are cybersecurity engineer. Just we are understanding how to relationship cybersecurity ecosystem. And risk analysis now. Risk analysis is the process of priorities, threat identify in step 1 to 4. We already know 1 to 4 based on their potential impact and likelihood. Some threats are most likely than other. So suppose like unlikely, one color. What is the color? I'm the color blind. This is the unlikely. What is the color name? Green? No, this is the green. Yeah, green. And remote, any incidents, green, and minor incident, minor remote incidents, minor just yellow, serious incidents, major incidents. So this is the one graph. We will work this graph later. Script KD are likely to be responsible for most of the attack and organization experience simply because there are so many of them. For most organization, organized cyber criminal are not a major threat actor. They are more relevant to financial organization, breaches of government and military target. Risk analysis scenario, just we make a now one planning and mathematical term how to analyze the risks. Suppose you have identified more than 10 potential attack and that Gale Corp should consider 10 potential attack the management consider. All can be mitigated, but each fixed cost around $2,500. So Gale Corp security department only has $10,000 give you budget for the project. You must advise on which of 4 fixed should be prioritized. So they have 10 potential attack coming, but your budget only $10,000, and each attack cost is mitigate $2,500. So we'll proceed by exploring number one. How do we learn about this first? Number one, qualitative versus quantitative risk analysis. One word is qualitative versus quantitative risk analysis. Number two, likelihood, impact, and loss expectancies. Number three, risk factor and heat map. So we will proceed this three term using solution this problem. So now we discuss number one, what is the qualitative analysis? Qualitative analysis, risk analysis is the process of prioritize risks based on intangible factor. Then quantitative analysis, risk analysis is the process of evaluating each risk based on its measured likelihood and impact. What is the likelihood? So likelihood is the probability that the event will occur, and impact is a measure of how bad it would be. There is an additional matrix called a risk factor, which is likelihood multiplied by impact. For example, if a risk has a likelihood of 20 and an impact of 20, its risk factor would be 400, 20 into 20. So qualitative analysis versus quantitative analysis. Suppose now we analyze one characteristics require complex function. If complex function is coming, qualitative no, quantitative yes. Use cost benefit analysis, qualitative no, quantitative yes. Result in a specific value no, and quantitative yes. Require guesswork, qualitative yes, quantitative no. Involve a high value of information, qualitative no, quantitative yes. Objective based on a fact, qualitative no, quantitative yes. Use opinion, qualitative yes, quantitative no. Require significant time and effort, qualitative no, quantitative yes. Offer useful and meaningful results, qualitative yes, quantitative yes. This is a very important qualitative analysis versus quantitative analysis for security plus exam. Qualitative risk analysis example. Example number one, it's impossible to calculate a precise probability that some malicious actor somewhere in the world will attack you server within the next year. And example two, it is impossible to know the precise impact of the breach. The cost of an attack will depend on its length, which is impossible to determine ahead of time. Qualitative risk analysis now. So qualitative risk analysis is used when a complex evaluation of cost versus benefit is unnecessary. So qualitative risk analysis example, when a company is deciding between an inexpensive VPN service that logs traffic on its server for internal use and a more expensive service that does not keep any log. Suppose this qualitative risk analysis. So this risk analysis, if we using the bakery, so what can we do? A bakery can use qualitative analysis to decide on an inexpensive VPN, since it shouldn't matter much if it is logging non-confidential information. So, and then government, defense, or financial organization can use qualitative analysis to decide on a more expensive service, since it need to keep its data confidentiality. So you understanding how to you using VPN and how to use qualitative risk analysis. We always trying to determine where using this analysis. If you go bakery, this analysis, this is not possible. Quantitative risk analysis example 1.
What is inexpensive VPN?
Expensive VPN is if you're using Cisco ASA, this is a very expensive. If your Cisco ASA is using the log is MB. Cisco always they give the service, they are not giving to whole machine. So how many log you today, they charge this. How many log 1 week, they charge you. How many log 1 month, they charge you.
Okay. All right, thank you.
So quantitative risk analysis, however, there are circumstances where intuitive analysis is insufficient, because very boring this class, but maximum question will come this Security Plus exam DRC. You read carefully everything.
I think total question will be 90 question, right?
Yes, 90 question, but you learning at least 900 question.
Okay, so out of 90 question, this theoretical part,
99% theoretical part, only 2 question is practical.
okay.
Example 1, the security department wants to invest in protecting the organization infrastructure. To ensure money from the finance department, they must justify their ask. They will present a quantitative risk analysis to demonstrate that the cost of not investing in much greater than the budget they are requesting. Example 2, the executive team must decide whether to migrate to a new cloud provider as part of negotiation with a potential partner. To make the decision, they need an accurate assessment of potential losses due to the downtime, returning risks of data, corruption during mitigation, and other issues. So, what is the main difference between the qualitative and quantitative analysis? So, qualitative analysis versus quantitative analysis, main difference. Quantitative analysis focus on hard and numerical data. Remember, quantitative analysis.
Excuse me, Bhaiya, we are hearing on music, background music. I don't know who is playing background music.
We are not hearing anything. So, quantitative analysis focus on hard and numerical data. Suppose physical data or everything, hard drive, everything is quantitative analysis. Qualitative analysis focus on things that cannot be measured through numerical data. So quantitative analysis, we can see just 1, 2, 3 number and physical and numerical data. Qualitative analysis, no numerical data. This is the just thinking. Everything is think.
So the quantitative means quantity.
Yeah.
Means we can count.
Count,
And
yes, count,
quality
numerical
we
data.
cannot count.
Cannot count. That's thinking.
Okay.
Asset value and exposure factor. Now, this question is coming in very important. Maybe 2, 3 question now is coming CQT plus exam. Asset value and exposure factor to perform in order to perform quantitative risk analysis, analysts start by calculating how much it costs if asset is breached. To calculate this, they first quantify asset value and exposure factor. We have previously covered that asset value is how much money the asset is worth in the currency. So, and in the case of web application, core application server, the asset value would probably be the amount of revenue or profit generated by the server, not the price of the server itself. You understand?
Can you explain, please?
So what is the asset value in one website? Asset value is a server? No. Asset value is whole their service. Okay. Suppose eBay. They have a more than 100 servers and they have a website. So this is the asset? No. Their asset is how much sell every day, every minute. So they're the asset.
Okay.
Analysts also consider how exposure to an attack can result in either the partial, temporary, or complete permanent destruction of the asset. For example, a DDoS attack might take down a server for a few hours, but a fire would destroy it for good. Analysts qualify the exposure factor now is how much of the asset will be affected in the breach. Example, exposure factor is always somewhat subject. Analysts should start by the estimate whether the occurrence of the risk would completely eliminate. Completely eliminate factor is, we just count down is eliminate means 1.0. Mostly completely eliminate means 1.0. Mostly eliminate means 0.75. Half eliminate means 0.1, 0.5. Partially eliminate means 0.25. Not affect means 0.0. Asset ability to function. So this is the exposure of factor. A mail server that's reduced to 0% functionality during a power outage has an exposure factor of what? So reduce the 0% functionality during power outage. So expose factor what? Expose factor of 1. 1 means attack would completely eliminate an asset. Mean 1. Expose factor 1. And then loss expectancy is the measure of how much money an organization will lose in the event of GIF breach. So loss expectance now. How do we calculate this expectance? Single loss expectancy. What is the SLE? SLE estimate cost of the risks occur on a given asset. SLE equal to AV into EF. Very important, SLE, ARO, ALE in cyber security plus exam. SLE equal to AV means asset value, EF means exposure factor. So this is the single loss of single incidence. Suppose any type of incidence, single incidence. Annual rate of occurrence, ARO. ARO equal to X by 1 year. X is number of occurrence. ALE. ALE means annual loss expectancy. ALE equal to SLE into ARO. So we can calculate now. Suppose with an asset value of, just before we discuss asset value, $10,000 and an exposure factor of 0.5. What is the single loss expectancy? So single loss expectancy is SLE equal to AV into EF. So 1000 into 0.5 equal to 5000. This is the SLE. So we can find this SLE easily in here. And then loss expectancy. Category of the loss expectancy refer to the degree of breach impact. We now see the SLE. So marginal, the organization has the resource to respond to the breach immediately without the affecting day-to-day operation or revenue. Notable, the organization has the resource to respond to the breach, but may not be able to do so immediately, may experience interruption to operation. So severe, the organization experience serious interruption to operation and doesn't have the monetary and or personal resource to respond effectively, may have to defer revenue, delay project timeline, reassign employees, or hire consultancy to fix the issue. Then catastrophic, what is the organization suffer severe lasting damage to its reputation and or infrastructure. The future of the business is threatened by reputation damage, bankruptcy being found in impact of federal regulation and other issue. In the next demonstration, we will see data presented in the spreadsheet and visual format known as risk matrix and heat map. So risk matrix and heat map. During a risk assessment, we visualize risks to get a holistic view of the risks as affecting an organization. So a risk matrix is used to compare how many of these risk facts facing an organization are mild and how many are severe. And then a heat map is a visual representation of the probability and likelihood of risks. Organization can use heat map to make a strategic decision about how to protect the company. As a cybersecurity engineer, you always using this type of heat map and then send to your boss how to you risk in your office. So in low probability, one is vertical is probability and horizontal is no, vertical is probability, yes, horizontal is impact. So impact is very high 40, high 30, medium 30, 10 low. Same is probability. So if very high probability and impact is 1, we now in demonstration everyone see this heat map.
Yes.
I send this heat map to your Slack. So this is the called a risk analysis heat map. So as a cybersecurity engineer, your everyday work this type of Excel sheet to your company, send your company, and you always trying to figure out what is everyday risk heat map. So we open the sheet. Everyone copy this your computer. Once you have made a copy, review tab everything. These 2 tab. One is blank risk heat map. Another is down drop key heat map. Two sheet. Everyone open.
Yes. But the
So
first page is not visible clearly because the small, the
which page?
second portion, first page, but the second portion, I mean the Excel sheet.
No, it is easily visible. Means my slide is not, my portion is not visible, or your.
When I open
Oh, this is your
Slack.
computer problem. You just mouse click and then it will be visible. Control Alt and mouse up and down, it will be big. You see, I make a small. You see, okay, and then again big. Using your mouse, okay. So first you click the down drop key and open this risk registry matrix. So this tab documents how Gallup categorize probability, likelihood, and impact. Everyone open this file.
Yeah. Now I able to see because I have to download it first and then this will work.
You talked, everyone talked to me. Everyone open or no? If anyone no open, just inform me. So Gale Corp categorized probability, likelihood, and impact. This is the two risk registered matrix. One is probability is rated based on the expected annual rate of occurrence. This is the probability. 1 to 5, rare, unlikely, possible, likely, almost creation. And then impact. Impact is rated based on cost. It fall into one of 5 categories: insignificant, minor, moderate, major, severe. Okay, so probably 1 to 5. 1 is rare, 2 is unlikely, 3 is possibility, 4 is likely, 5 is most certain. Impact same. Okay, and now you click the risk assessment, another slide tab, risk assessment. So risk assessment tab, review the column. We can now review column. 1 is reference ID. Number 1 is reference ID, the numerical ID of the risks, R1, R2, risk number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and date raised when the risk was raised. You can write down the date. And risk description, what type of risk, data breach, ransomware, unauthorized network access. This file every day you make and send your boss. Okay, this is the official file. So this is very important, you understanding this file in your cybersecurity, any job, anything. If you said, okay, I know the risk severity heat pump, I know. So then they ask, what is this? Always trying to, in interview, you know this question. So their interviewer you ask the interviewer, do you know this is a risk assessment? Do you know this is the heat map? Oh, then interviewer boss said, yes. Do you know? Yes, sir, I know this heat pump very well. My last boot camp. So okay, you explain. This is enough. So then risk description, and then likelihood. Likelihood probably that the event will happen. 1 to 5, refer to drop down key for description. Impact, then impact is monetary impact of the event. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, anything impact, refer to drop down key of description. So impact, how do you refer? Drop down key, description, impact. You see, impact 1, significant means 1 to 2, minority 3, 8, moderate 4, major 8, 16 is severe. And then risk severity score. Risk severity score, product of likelihood and impact, means likelihood and impact. Just 3 into 4, 12, 4 into 16, 64. This is the risk score probability into impact.
So
The score,
impact is, I have a question, is it 4, then no 5, 6, 7?
yes, anything.
Okay.
No, this is the impact is, you said 4, then 5, 6, 7, no.
Okay.
For the
So
reason we make it this impact matrix. 1 is significant, 2 is minority, 4 is moderate, then after 4, then major 8, then severe 16. Okay.
So after 4 means 4 to 8 within this number will be high, right?
Yes,
I mean,
4
measure, you
measure.
say.
Yeah,
If 5, then it measure, right?
measure, yes.
Okay.
And then a 16. Okay. And note, you can write down this note. Anything is big issue, you can write down. So the score 1 to 80, score always 1 to 80. In here, when you give the score, they change in here risk total. Everything is changed in there. So score 1 to 80 is used to map the category of marginal, noticeable, severe, and catastrophic of number. Note that this spreadsheet does not require you to exactly calculate asset value, exposure factor, SE or ALE. You should estimate the ALE directory, use this determine impact rating. So score 1 to 8, okay. Explain the heat map auto populated as it fill a risk and assessment tab. When you change in here anything, suppose if you check in here 8, so you change in here and impact will be changed. Suppose we change in here 5, so it will be in here change. So explain that the data table severity score is auto-populated and ranked. Explain that the organization will use the completely heat map to help prioritize the risk assessment. So now you can try understanding this heat map. I send this some class work now. Everyone download this heat map.
But yeah, the mathematics things that you explained, that security plus question could come from there 3 or 5, you said. So after class, if you have time, can you explain us in Bengali?
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Please check in live class activity threat model step 5 risk analysis. $30 only. No, 25 minutes. Mhm. I make a same group. I don't know why people not in class. We are now 9 before 11. 2 people is out. Okay, no problem. Yes, already done, everyone.
Did some of it.
Okay, so next, this is a very interesting. This week you study whole thing because we are not continue today. Tomorrow is our Eid, so inshallah, next Wednesday we'll talk, and maybe I will free from Sunday, and anything about issue, you just ask me about anything issue about assignment. You just ask me anytime in my Slack, WhatsApp, and my phone.
Can you add me on that assignment group, please?
Sharifuddin, just a minute.
Yes.
অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট গ্রুপ তো আমারও নাই ভাইয়া
প্লিজ
Would you
একটু
please?
আবার বলেন, আপনার নামটা বলেন। আমি বাংলায় বলি, ঠিক আছে? একটু
জি।
বলতে শরীফুদ্দিন, শরীফ তো আছে, মোহাম্মদ সাইফুল ইসলাম, ও না, শরীফুদ্দিন, এটা আজকে মুছে গেছে পুরোটাই। তারপর আর কার?
জুবায়ের তালেব।
জুবায়ের। একটু বাংলায় বলি, হ্যাঁ, মানে অনেক ইংলিশ বলছি তো।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
আচ্ছা, আমরা তো আসলে ফ্যামিলিয়ার না সারাক্ষণ ইংলিশ বলার।
জি।
অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট পাইছেন?
I got it.
Assignment, you got it, assignment, you've seen this assignment module 1 challenge.
এই যেটা আপনি কালকে দিছিলেন,
হ্যাঁ, week assignment. This is
উইকলি অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট।
weekly assignment. I every after every 3 class I will give you every module. I will give you this more assignment. 24 assignment should be you return to me. Okay,
আমার একটা প্রশ্ন ছিল ভাইয়া।
sure.
তো আমরা যে স্লাইডগুলা করতেছি, বিশেষ করে এই লাস্ট ম্যাপ যেটা দেখালেন, এটা তো কমপ্লিকেটেড মনে হইতেছে, জানি না, দেখতে হবে আরো। এইগুলা থেকে আমাদের কতটুকু অ্যাকচুয়ালি আমাদেরকে রাখতে হবে আমাদের